Charley Harper is an iconic Cincinnati artist, best known for his playful nature paintings. Born and raised in West Virginia, Charley first came to the Queen City in 1940 to study at the Art Academy of Cincinnati. At school, he met his future wife, Edie McKee, who would be his companion and contemporary for the rest of his life. Today, the couple's only child, Brett Harper, continues the family artistic legacy both as an avid painter and the director of Harper Studios. He was kind enough to sit down with us and share some memories of his father.
We're at my ancestral home, which is a mid-century modernist house in Finneytown, a suburb of Cincinnati. This was a wonderful place to grow up. It had a big woods on 5 acres, and so you could run around and find things in the creek and bring them up here and keep them for a few days until your folks told you to get rid of them. They've been around too long. My father worked here from about 1958 till 2006. Charley's greatest joy was reading about nature and painting it. He did it the old school, authentic way. He painted with drafting tools, T-squares, India ink, a drop compass, all of these things that the engineers and architects used to be familiar with. And that's the way he even stretched his own canvases. Sometimes he'd go to the Winton Woods where he would sketch weeds and find bird nests and things like that. And he liked to go to a lot of the nature preserves around Cincinnati, like the edge of Appalachia, Lynx Prairie, some of those that showed native wildflowers, coneflowers, the kinds of things that he was able to use in several paintings projects that he did. Charley was extremely generous and kind. He was also a person who cared a lot about various causes. One thing I remember when I was young was that he had us go into Civil Rights March. And I learned to enjoy the company of people of all creeds and races. And I thought that's the way it ought to be. Charley and I both joined the Sierra Club when it first started. It was just a handful of people that gathered in their living rooms and talked about how they'd like to do outdoor activities and conservation work. Charley did an artistic spread for the Lexington newspaper to protest the Red River Dam back in 1967. And the Red River is now, of course, a very popular hiking and recreational area, which would have been radically different if it had become a lake.
According to Brett, preserving the natural world was the most important thing to Charley, who created more than 50 ecological posters for different groups throughout his career. In fact, Charley once wrote, "If I had not become an artist, I would have been a conservationist."
He was not a person who beat people over the head about the environment. I think he would try to perhaps change minds through humor. And to me, that's a more effective way. It's kind of like, I'm not telling you how to be, we're all in this together, and think about it a little bit.
In Charley Harper, you find a rare combination of extraordinary talent and pure goodness. For those reasons, he was both a truly great artist and human being.